Welcome to our journey through the evolution of Lamborghini, one of the most iconic car brands in the world. Now, before we start, I need to make one thing clear. I like a Lamborghini. They're dramatic, they're loud, and they're about as subtle as a brick to the face. But are they actually cars? Well, that's what we're here to find out, isn't it? We'll be looking at the history of this Italian stallion, from its humble beginnings as a tractor manufacturer. Yes, you heard that right, tractors. To its current status as a producer of some of the most desirable cars on the planet. We'll be covering the legendary models, the design philosophies, and of course, the noise. Oh, the glorious, glorious noise. So buckle up, hold on to your hats, and try to keep your breakfast down. This is going to be a wild ride. Right, let's rewind the clock back to 1963. Ferruccio Lamborghini, a man who knew a thing or two about tractors, decided he was fed up with Ferraris. He reckoned he could do better, and you know what? He had a point. The 350 GT was his opening salvo. Now, you might think, looking at it, that's a bit tame for a Lamborghini, isn't it? But trust me, this was a revolution. It was beautiful, it was elegant, and it was bloody fast. Under that long, sleek bonnet designed by the legendary Touring of Milan lurked a V12 engine. Now, I do love a V12. It's the automotive equivalent of a full orchestra, and this one sang. The 350 GT could hit 158 miles per hour, which in 1963 was basically like traveling at the speed of light. It was a car that announced to the world that Lamborghini wasn't here to mess about. They were here to take on Ferrari at their own game and win. Hold on to your hats because things are about to get interesting. This is the Lamborghini Miura, and it's not just a car, it's a landmark. It's the car that made every other supercar manufacturer sit up and take notice. The Miura was a game changer. Why? 2 words, mid-engine. That's right, Lamborghini took that glorious V12 and stuck it in the middle of the car. This, my friends, was a masterstroke. It gave the Miura handling that was, quite frankly, unbelievable for the time. It was like it was glued to the road, and the noise, oh, the noise. Imagine a Ferrari screaming in terror as a thunderstorm approaches. That's the Miura. But it wasn't just a performance machine. The Miura was a work of art. Designed by Marcello Gandini at Bertone, it was a masterpiece of curves and angles. Even today, it's breathtakingly beautiful. The Miura was a legend. It was the car that cemented Lamborghini's reputation for building outrageous, uncompromising supercars. And it's still one of the most desirable cars ever made. Chapter 3. The Countach poster child of the 80s. So, you've built a car as revolutionary as the Miura. What do you do next? You build something even more outrageous, of course. This, my friends, is the Lamborghini Countach. And it's absolutely bonkers. I mean, look at it. It looks like it was designed by a 5-year-old with a crayon and a head full of spaceships. It's all sharp angles, massive wings, and those doors. Those glorious, ridiculous scissor doors. The Countach was the poster car of the 1980s. If you were a kid growing up in that decade, this is the car you had on your bedroom wall. It was a symbol of excess, of speed, of everything that was cool about the 80s. But it wasn't just a pretty face. The Countach was seriously fast. It was powered by a development of that magnificent V12, now mounted longitudinally. And it sounded like a volcano erupting during a heavy metal concert. The Countach was a car that defined a generation. It was wild, it was impractical, and it was utterly brilliant. It was everything a Lamborghini should be. Chapter 4. The Diablo. Devilishly good, the 1990s. Grunge was in, shoulder pads were out, and Lamborghini was back with a vengeance. This is the Diablo, and it's the car that took everything that was great about the Countach and turned it up to 11. The Diablo was wider, lower, and more aggressive than its predecessor. It looked like it was about to eat the tarmac. And under that menacing exterior lurked a 5.7-litre V12 that produced enough power to rearrange continents. This was a proper supercar. It could hit 202 miles per hour, which was basically unheard of in the early 90s. And it did it with the kind of soundtrack that would make your hair stand on end. The Diablo was also the first Lamborghini to be offered with all-wheel drive, which made it a surprisingly capable car in the corners. It wasn't just about straight-line speed anymore, but let's be honest, the Diablo was all about drama. It was a car that demanded attention. It was the automotive equivalent of a rock star, and it was glorious. Chapter 5. The Aventador, the bull charges on, and so we arrive at the present day, the Lamborghini Aventador. This is the culmination of everything Lamborghini has learned over the past 50 years. It's a technological marvel. A masterpiece of engineering, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Just look at it. It's like a stealth fighter jet crossed with a raging bull. It's all sharp edges, aggressive lines, and those doors. Yes, the scissor doors are back, and they're more dramatic than ever, but the Aventador isn't just about looks. This thing is packing some serious heat. Under that sculpted engine cover sits a 6.5-litre V12 that produces a mind-blowing 700 horsepower. That's enough power to launch you to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. And the noise, it's like the sound of 1,000 angry bees being fed through a guitar amp. But the Aventador is more than just a straight-line missile. It's also incredibly agile and handles like it's on rails. It's a car that's equally at home on a racetrack or a winding mountain road. The Aventador is the pinnacle of Lamborghini's achievements. It's a car that's as beautiful as it is fast, as luxurious as it is exhilarating. It's a true supercar in every sense of the word, and it proves that even after all these years, Lamborghini is still at the top of its game. The legend continues. Thanks for joining us on this ride through Lamborghini's history. From the elegant 350 GT to the mind-blowing Aventador, Lamborghini has consistently pushed the boundaries of automotive design and performance. These are cars that are built on passion, on drama, on a sheer love of speed and excitement. They're not for everyone, and that's what makes them so special. So the next time you see a Lamborghini roaring down the street, spare a thought for Ferruccio Lamborghini, the man who dared to dream of building something better than the best. And remember, life's too short to drive boring cars.